Ellis Cinema back. Another dish. How we doing out there? Good, great, grand, yang, wonderful. I don't know why that's like a thing that I do now. That yang. I think I just have a undiagnosed stutter. As you see on your screen, your dial. However, you're joining us today. My name is Pecos. Part 2, second stop on Ellis Cinema's Trail of Vengeance. That's right, second stop on the Trail of Vengeance for Ellis Cinema. So my name is Pecos, another spaghetti western. Yep, got 2 more around the corner because I'm doing a 4-parter. I decided that once I saw the reviews coming out for Arrow Video, I say again, Arrow Video's release, box set release of Vengeance Trails with 4 spaghetti westerns from the 60s. Well, a lot of my competitors, as it were, they reviewed the box set as a whole. No. That's half-assing it. So for all you people that take notes from my podcast, you got your own movie podcast, and you kind of rip the way that I do things, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just talking, you know. Some of you are like, you blatantly rip me off, a couple of you. But that's okay. That's okay. If I see you, you'll know. Better not see you outside, roll up on you, homie. Anyway, but what? That just happened. Part 2 of Ellis Cinema's Trail of Vengeance. My name is Pecos. My name is Pecos, starring Robert Woods, American actor, in an Italian spaghetti western. Robert Woods plays Pecos Martinez. This is when we used to do that back in the day. I'm curious to see how some of you youngins respond to this. Are you going to take it as the art as it was, or are you going to get bent out of shape because an American is playing a Mexican? I on some level, I guess I could see the annoyance with it, but like if you're like just straight not going to watch it because it has an American actor playing a Mexican, well then I just think you're a silly goose. Like I'm telling you, if you keep on with this cancel culture, which feels hacked to say at this point, but if you keep on with this cancel culture, you're literally not going to be able to watch anything from like 2010 and before. Like everything's going to be off limits. Oh, she was wearing red. That's, it's just, I don't know. But I will say, if you listen to the first show, I mean, towards like once I got onto the 4th film of this box set, I was getting kind of like, oh, we're hitting women again, But at the same time, I go back and forth with it. Like, you want me to you want me to hate a character more? Have him slap a woman. Have him kill a pet, like John Wick. I'll probably say that on each and every one of these podcasts. Like, to me, it's more of a plot hook. If I hate the one that I just did previously, Massacre Time, that starts out with a man getting mauled by dogs. Well, the pet lovers out there are probably like, yeah, fuck yeah, But I don't know. I feel like on some level, if we continue down this road, it ain't gonna be a whole lot of stuff that you can like anymore. But anyway, our second stop is My Name is Pecos, starring Robert Woods, Pier Paolo Capone, who plays John Clane. So Arrow. I'm not even speaking to my audience right now. Arrow, guys, what is happening? Like, on the subtitles, you have him as Joe Klein, and throughout the subtitles for the entire film, it is Klein. Audio for English or Italian, because all 4 movies come with your choice of the English dub or the Italian dub. All of them say Klein. Talk to me, Arrow. What's happening? You need a new guy. You need a new guy to write out your subtitles. I'll do it. And it will be exactly what they said. Because there's a couple times where some of the shit that's coming out of these actors' mouths is significantly darker than what's being portrayed in the subtitles. Like, I think there was one where a guy's talking about killing another guy, and what he says is like, he's dirty, he stinks, send him away. And I was like, nah, that guy just said he should put a bullet in him. So, Arrow, talk to me. What's going on? You have me looking at Klein for an hour and 40 minutes, even though I hear Klein, and then it just starts messing with me. Like, I feel like I got a bad hit of acid or something. Like, I just, no, I don't do acid anymore. But I'm just sitting there going, but it says Klein. Am I hearing him wrong? Am I hearing him wrong? Because, of course, I watched all four in the Italian dub, even though, in retrospect, I don't understand why I would have done that, because you have actors from all over the globe that are in these spaghetti westerns. For instance, Robert Woods playing Pecos Martinez is an American actor signed by Warner Brothers. So maybe I should have just watched the English dubs, but it's something I got to come around to, and I think I fucked myself up with the Shaw Brothers catalog, a lot of old 70s, 80s kung fu movies. I think I fucked up because I heard in an interview, I believe it was Tarantino, I don't know, but he was just talking about how he misses kind of those English dubs, and he hates like the rematch. It could not be Tarantino at all, and I could be fucking this entire thing up. But what my brain remembers or is manufacturing is that there was a certain level of a little bit more humorous with the English dubs, and I could see it having an impact on how you receive the movie. So where I fucked up is, especially like with the Shaw Brothers catalog, most people watched those, when they first came out, or if they were lucky enough to see it in the theater, so on and so forth. They saw those with the English dub. I watched every single Shaw Brother movie that I've watched in Cantonese, Mandarin, whatever, with the subtitles, English subtitles. I prefer the language that it was, if applicable. So, however, not like that, I think it's okay. But I think I just got into the habit and of watching these films in their native tongue, and watching the spaghetti westerns, I was like, now that I'm done, of course, and I've taken all my notes and everything like that, like maybe I didn't need to do that, because at the end of the day, I watched these films twice. So Massacre Time twice, My Name is Pecos twice, and To Be Concluded with the other two. But English dub, Italian dub, English dub, Italian dub. So maybe I should have not did that, because then I wouldn't even know that they were saying Klein and Klein, or I don't know. All I know is I'm sitting there writing the notes, and like for the first like two paragraphs I have Klein, and I was just writing what I was seeing on the subtitles, and then I go and I watch the English version and it's Klein, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Am I losing it again? Why can't we have nice things? And then to that point, like, you can't. So when I like to post like the older posters and shit of these movies, man, it is hard trying to find shit that's that has a cropping that will work with Instagram and Facebook and everything. It's either too big or too small. It's fucking annoying. You don't care. Anyway, who else is in My Name is Pecos? You had Lucia Magdano. She is actually on one of the bonus features in the disc there. Peter, I think it's like a 20-minute interview with her. Peter Karsten, who plays Steve. Luigi Castellano, who plays Eddie. Christina Lozani plays Nina. Corinne Fontaine plays Lola. Giuliano Raffaelli plays Dr. Burton. I really liked his character, and yet another character that couldn't do something because his hands were smashed, but we'll talk about the other character in our third stop of the Vengeance Trails. Umberto Rajo plays Morton the Undertaker, good character. Maurizio Bagnuglia. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it. You also have Massimo Rihi. Music by Lalo Gori again, as was in Massacre Time with Franco Nero. I just love those guitars, man. I know that they were made popular by Tarantino films and him sampling a lot of that stuff, but I can like both, Kyle. Kyle, if you're listening to this right now, I can like both. I don't need to hate on Tarantino because he ripped it from Massacre Time or My Name is Pecos or Django or fucking whatever. I just, a glass half full. Glass half full, mate. Lalo Gori, yep. So anyway, another Vengeance Trail. What do we got here? Pecos Martinez returns to Houston, his hometown, to avenge his family. Vicente Manuel, Maria Louise, and Pepe Martinez. I don't know. I'll laugh at the name Pepe until they put me in the ground. It just sounds funny, does it not? If you're an American, it kind of sounds like something else, right? It happens. I am garbage. Anyway, he has to avenge his family who was murdered on May 5th, 1863. Not sure why I wrote that down. The bank in Laredo has been emptied of $80,000 in cash by Joe Klain. Not Klein. Klain. By Joe Klain and his gang. In league with crooked Houston saloon owner Eddie, who turncoats towards the end. The loot has gone missing, and Pecos' quest for revenge dovetails with the search for the gold, which has been concealed in a casket of rum. Barrel, but sure, casket. Though Lucidi directed 3 more westerns, My Name is Pecos remains his best. The rawness of his approach, the simplicity of the material, and the leanness of the story to create a near-perfect Italian revenge western. Just as in... Oh, I'm not going to say that because that's going to be the third one, so shut up. The striking imagery is the film's strong point. In Pecos, the pacing, thanks to former editor Lucidi, makes a considerable impact. In fact, the pace of Pecos is rushed as the plot dashes from incident to incident over its brief running time, only an hour 35. It plays like a tougher reworking of Duccio Tessari's The Return of Ringo, which is an Avenger returns to his hometown to settle old scores with family stock characters, the bartender, the undertaker, the doctor. And I mean, so a lot of spaghetti westerns, they all follow the same tropes. They do. No matter how you slice it. Cannot be avoided. So, it's always a very traditional setup. In fact, with this one, unlike, say, Django or Texas Adios or whatever, like Django, not Unchained, the old one with Franco Nero. It's a man walking through a desert with only his saddle and no gun, no weapons, and of course, in the distance, you see a house. He comes upon the house. And, he lights some motherfucker. Actually, this guy's talking shit. He's like, hey, how much money you have on you? Well, how about if you give me that money, and I'll give you this gun. No bullets, of course, so that would cost extra. Because you can't be running around here in these parts without a gun. And promptly, he takes the gun, goes to his hat, and pulls out a couple bullets, and Pecos fires on the man and then steals his horse, and now we're headed to town. We are headed to town. Once in town, now we are meeting some of the our characters in it. A crazy preacher gravedigger who is just hateable. Just hateable. I mean, and that's a testament to how good his acting was, because I was just like, oh, you scumbag. I can't take you right now. Anyway, there's 2 bullies in the saloon, and Pecos arrives at the saloon, and the men haven't seen him before, because that's how the Old West was. You seen someone, ain't from around here, are you? Like, I mean, that's real shit. And of course, the 2 bullies that are harassing the women and the bartender, because it is an Italian Western, and if there is no harassing of bartenders or whores, then we're gonna have an issue. Or I would argue, are you really watching a Western? And so attention's immediately high given the score by Gallo. Like, it's you. If you were to have a different score when you're watching it, it could play either way for you. Like, you could be like if you were to, I don't know, something somber, you wouldn't necessarily think something up. But Gallo's score, you're like, oh shit, they don't take kindly to people that ain't from round these parts. And Pecos immediately goes to the bar and asks for tequila. Well, we don't drink tequila in the States. We drink whiskey. So this is what prompts the two fucking bullies to be racist. One, we don't serve Mexicans in this bar, and we certainly don't serve tequila. This is a whiskey drinking bar. And, well, says he doesn't like whiskey, and wouldn't you know it, Pecos just kills those two guys. I think that's my favorite part about old Italian Westerns is no one is safe. Except the main character. No one is safe. And the body count is always high. Like in Massacre Time, there is a great, and I'm kind of pissed that I didn't talk about it, but I don't like ruining too much for it, especially stuff that's pretty clear cut like this. Like, you start going down scene for scene, and if it's not, these movies aren't Tenet complex, like they're pretty, the stakes right out the jump. You know which characters are going to live and which aren't right from the jump, so there's not, I didn't really want to talk about, and I should have too, the great massacre scene in Massacre Time, because at one point it ends with a rolling stagecoach as Franco Nero is firing upon the enemies, and the stagecoach like hits a brick wall, and they do an edit of him doing like a front flip and landing on the guy. It's great. It is so great. And that front flip feels so fucking out of place. It's absurd. But it kind of reminds me of you know how in the old South Park openings, it was all like in the opening credits, like it was all cartoons until the end, and then it was like this live action of this guy flipping from an explosion because Trey Parker and Matt Stone are the men. It just made no sense, but it was hilarious. Anywho, that's kind of what that front flip in Massacre Time felt like. But, you have all your kind of general characters. I mean, in Massacre Time, much like in My Name is Pecos, you have the character in Massacre Time was more of a gravedigger, not so much a preacher. But in My Name is Pecos, we have a preacher / gravedigger he's always listening to what everybody has to say, and he always rats on everyone for money. He's good or bad. He's always got some dirt to spill, some gossip that he can spill in this. And I don't, because his acting was so good, I don't mind it. I don't mind. But again, you watch as many movies as I have, sometimes, that character may not play the same, like you just may be like, oh, fucking another two-faced backstabbing preacher that we got to worry about now. God damn it. What else? We got another, great fucking cinematography in these spaghetti westerns again. Yeah, you got, who did the DP? Franco Villa did that. So, My Name is Pecos was written by Adriano Bolzoni, produced by Franco Palombi. Gosh, you guys just must be, you take a shot every time I fuck up saying a name. Gabrielle Silvestri, can't do it on that one. DP was Franco Villa, production designer, which was also good in this. I love everything about it. It's a little bit darker than Massacre Time in terms of atmosphere, but not as dark as our fourth film, which that in itself, I love the premise of the fourth one we're going to get to. Edited by Anna Amidi. Lalo Gori. Yep. Did I already read these? Maybe I already read those. Written by Adriano Bolzoni, directed by Maurizio Lucidi. Yeah, I think I already read all those. That's good. That's real good. That keeps them entertained, Sean. And guess what? Remember how I said if you listen to the first one, all these have a theme song, and this one's pretty on the nose when it starts. It's called The Ballad of Pecos. The Ballad of Pecos, played by Bob Smart. Bob Smart. You got commentaries on this. You got bonus features. Indecent Proposal. There's quite a few bonus features. Great commentaries across the board. In fact, it's the next one, I think. God damn it. But I'll tell you, Arrow, if you're listening, anytime you put Kat Ellinger on a commentary or a bonus feature, you've done well, mate. You've done well. She's a good egg. She knows her shit way more than I do, and she doesn't fucking bumble around and stumble over her words like I am looking right now, just for this film. Right now, I am looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of notes. You want to know how much I've actually used of those notes 23 minutes into it? Almost nothing. It's getting to the point now where I don't even do them, but my memory's been so shit since the coma that, like, if I don't write, it's getting bad, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to be one of those people that, and I hope not, knock on wood, that I don't get Alzheimer's, but boy, there's just some shit that should linger longer than it does, and I don't do bad things anymore. I don't do bad stuff anymore. So the fact that it's not resonating even with books now, like I'll have to go back. You know what? Let's not be a downer and tell them about how, hey, you're no longer an addict and you still can't fucking remember shit. You still, like, your brain is so fucked. From short-term, I can remember shit from 20 years ago. Don't get me started. But, you take 6 pages of notes on this fucking shit, and I'm sitting there. I don't know. I don't know how people like Kat and journalists and critics and all that. Oh, I know why. Because they don't have fucking full-time jobs and only have 3 hours a week to do this shit. That's why I never get any better, because I'm always running on empty when I'm doing these shows. It's just, that's fine. I'll not every show can be, I talk for money. And then I come home and I talk for no money. I don't know. It has a different appeal, does it not? So Pecos has a pretty simple plot, but as I had mentioned earlier, just exceptionally executed. I think Robert Woods minus, I don't know what they did with his eyes. And I didn't make it all the way through the commentary on this. I did do both bonus features, but wasn't talked about a lot. And in fact, the bonus features with Lucia Madugno, however you say it. Again, it was kind of bumming me out, just like some of the things that she was saying on set, or that had happened on set, and how she kind of got motherfucked a little bit because she wouldn't do this, that, or the other thing. It's just like, fuck. Sometimes I should watch the bonus features first. Ruin the whole movie for me. That way when I watch the movie, that's what we end on. I'm all about the ending, because the end that I went on is that men are pigs. Once I kind of finished watching the bonus features of My Name is Pecos, I'm like, god damn it. Fuck. And it was so rampant for so many decades. Like, fuck. It's no wonder fucking women look at me the way that they do. They're like, oh, white. You white fucking, how old are you? Okay, yeah. You ain't nothing. You're part of the problem. It's like, no. I'm not that guy. I won't even approach you at a at a bar. I'll never buy you a drink at a bar. It scares me shitless. It feels so creepy to me to be like, hey, girl, I'll buy you a drink. That's creepy as fuck to me, dude. So there's some of us out there that are just like, oh, my God, as if it wasn't hard enough already. And then I listened to Lucia's interview, and I was like, fuck, man. I can't imagine, like, if this Western that me and my buddy wrote, if it takes off, like, I just don't want somebody looking at me on set like I'm a fucking garbage for, I don't know, someone else's mistake. It's fucking dead weight. Keep that shit like luggage. I don't know. It sucks sometimes. It sucks. I thought it was wonderfully acted across the board, you know, for something that is as simple as it is. It's not like Pecos has an obscene amount of dialogue. Nobody does, really. In fact, I didn't keep track, but I'm sure the fucking preacher Gravedigger probably had the most dialogue out. But there's some really cool scenes throughout this. The cinematography is spot on as always with an Italian Western. I like some of the scenes that I found really appealing, be it I thought it was clever, and they're brutal. Like, that's one thing about the spaghetti westerns, I think, different. So when we think of spaghetti westerns, we think of Sergio Leone. It's impossible. And these are that's why I love Arrow so much. These are so much more brutal than a Leone Western. So much more brutal. Like, I think one guy in My Name is Pecos gets used as a trap by Pecos and then gets shot by the person, and not by accident. So it's not like, you know, the gang member was I think it was Norman Clark was his name, Norman Clark or Peter Karsten, Max Dean, Morris Boone, Corinne Fontaine, Peter Martell. It's not like he accidentally did it. What was his name? Was it Steve? No, it wasn't Steve. Joe Klein, Pier Paolo Capone. Yeah. So that I was way off. It was Pierre. Wasn't even bucket. Anyway, Pierre doesn't get fooled or anything. He walks basically into the trap just so Pecos can annihilate some of his boys. And, you know, I love how brutal it is. It's like the guy sitting there going, he made me do it. He made me yell for you to come here. And then Joe Klein, not Klein. It even says Klein. What the fuck? It even says Klein on the Google. What is happening? So I thought everything on the internet was fucking truth. Shit. I didn't, but like, even the fuck on IMDb it says Joe Klein. It is not Klein. It is not Klein at all. Fuck, man, this shit's turning into like watching the films from the East, where, you know, I never know what to believe anymore. They're so fucking across the board that I almost feel like I'm just spreading misinformation. I don't get it. Anyway, that's part 2. My Name is Pecos. Arrow Video just doing great shit again. I'm so glad. Like, I have never seen any of these movies before, and I kind of fancy myself as someone who sees a lot, mate. Quite a bit more than you, at least. More than you. And I don't even think I had heard of And God Said to Cain. I had heard of Banditos and Massacre Time. And My Name is Pecos. Arrow Video, Vengeance Trails. On sale now. No excuse. That purchase alone keep you busy for a week. And if you do it right, you know, watch the movie with the commentary, watch the bonus features. I think it's worth every penny. terms of entertainment percent. Ella Cinema, Arrow Video, Vengeance Trails. We gone.